Hey guys, how's it going? It is my different username here, and today we're going to be covering the covert sniper rifle used by the armed forces of the Russian Federation, and also explain how this weapon has changed up the game when it comes to handling undercover missions for the Spetsnaz. Here we have the VSS Vintorez made out of Lego. First off, just to explain, I have been playing a lot of games recently that use the VSS, such as Escape from Tarkov and Payday 2, and personally, I just felt the need to make this gun into Lego, and even though it hasn't really been requested by most of you guys, but trust me when I say that this gun is actually really cool, and I'm pretty sure you guys will end up liking it too. Anyway, the VSS, or the Vintovka Sniperskaya Specjalnaya, which translates to Special Sniper Rifle, was produced back in 1987 by Tula Arms and features an integral suppressor, and even in the event of carry, can be taken apart for easy travel and could easily fit within a briefcase, making it an optimal weapon to be used by the Spetsnaz. And I already know that people are more than likely going to be concerned with what the difference is between that of an AS-Val and the VSS. And well, technically there is no real difference between the two guns. They're both created by the Tula Arms manufacturing company and basically considered to be siblings of one another. The differences only boil down to the cosmetics between the guns, but ultimately they are the exact same weapon. I would have made an AS-Val version of this gun, but unfortunately I didn't have the required pieces needed to build the conversion, and I'd rather not waste more time on something that would be kinda minimal. Anyway, right here is one of the cosmetic items only limited to the VSS, which is this skeletonized wooden stock and pistol grip combo. It's similar in design to the stock used on the SVD sniper rifle, but is slightly different. It features a sling mount on the left side, a rubber pad in the back to absorb recoil. Not actually rubber. And this hole in the grip, which I'm pretty sure they did this just to cut down on the weight, but I just wanted to show off that small detail because I think most would definitely miss that at first glance. Hidden behind the trigger is the fire selector for the weapon, which goes from semi-auto on the right to full auto on the left, and I honestly find the placement to be a great spot for the weapon because it allows the user of the rifle to access the safety lever as well as the selector switch, all without having to move your hand away from the pistol grip, and it ultimately helps keep a proper grip on the weapon while in use. Up next is the magazine for the VSS, which is the standard 10-round magazine that can carry both subsonic SP5 and SP6 9x39mm ammo. This can also be changed out for the 20-round version of the mag, which is just an extended version of the original magazine. And I have to mention this because it's just crazy to imagine this, but the magwell for the gun is really nice, and I mean really nice. Typically, when it comes to reloading certain weapons, mags have to be specifically placed in certain ways in order to properly lock down, whereas this gun just doesn't care at all. Put the mag in at any angle, and as long as the mag faces forward, it doesn't really matter how you load it in. Now, the receiver is very unique to this weapon, even though it has an AK-styled appearance, and it features an older type of optic mount on the left side of the gun, as well as these intricate rings set up along the top part of the receiver. And something else that I've added to this receiver that is really cool is it actually shows the button in the back that's used to disassemble the dust cover and bolt, which is great. And if you happen to remove the dust cover, or at least the top part, it reveals the bolt on the inside where you can see how it functions just like an AK, as well where the safety lever cannot cycle around when lifted up, but when it's down, it has no problem at all cycling a new round. The handguard isn't anything too special. It's nice and smooth up top, and on the bottom is, well, basically the opposite, but it does reveal the slight indent into the magwell, which allows reloading to be slightly easier. And in the front of the handguard is the suppressor, which was a huge challenge to accomplish, being the biggest suppressor that I have ever made. And also acquiring around 100 of these pieces was kind of one of the reasons why this video took so long to get out. Just literally waiting on a lot of parts. But it was totally worth it because it creates as much of a smooth cylinder I could make with the size of the diameter the suppressor is. Moving on now to the iron sights, I gotta say the front sight itself was a little tricky to replicate, but I felt I made the best interpretation of the original sight as I could make, and the rear sight is just a basic AK style rear sight which can also adjust in elevation as well, and together they look really good. Aiming down is also fairly nice, but there isn't really much to say about it because the sights alone can only do so much. Thankfully, however, this weapon can equip optics to the side of the rifle, one of them being the PSO-1 scope. This PSO1 scope is mounted from removing these pieces along here and simply being attached by friction alone. And it also comes equipped with 4x magnification, an electric switch that activates the red chevron reticle inside the scope. Also, it includes a removable rubber eyepiece, not actually rubber, and hangs from the side of the gun, leaving the bottom of the scope completely exposed, and unfortunately adds a little bit of a sway on my model, but it's not too bad because the only bad thing about this scope is the fact that its eye hole is only 1 stud in width, so it doesn't really make it too fun to aim down, but I am glad that I was able to keep all the dimensions accurate for the scope while also being able to technically aim the scope down also. What the f***? Honestly, I'm just gonna keep the scope off for the rest of this video just because it's too fragile and it makes my life a lot easier. Okay, so in conclusion, this rifle has really done a lot to bring itself into the role that it fulfills today, being the perfect weapon to use for covert and undercover situations, and also being a weapon that could be easily taken apart to become that of a silent but deadly sniper setup, as well as a more aggressive and highly effective assault rifle. Makes it stand out a lot from other weapons in the field, and it definitely stands out for me, being one of my favorite builds that I have made as of lately, and hopefully it was one of your favorites as well. So if you guys ever saw my AK-47 video before and ever wanted to build that gun yourself, well, if you revisit that video now and go in the description, you will find the download link to the LDD file, and from that point you have access to the 3D gun model itself, the parts list, and the instructions on how to build it. I just really wanted to give this to you guys in celebration of that video hitting over 1 million views, which is absolutely mind-blowing to say the least. Also, I thought that since you guys have really been killing it as of lately on this channel, I figured I might as well release the LDD file for this gun as well, and it even includes the conversion for the AS Val stock piece and 20 round magazine too, which is pretty nice to say the least. Anyway, links are in the description, and yeah, just wanted to make a quick mention on that, but you guys should definitely check out those links if you're interested in building the AK or the VSS. Anyway, you guys should definitely subscribe if you want to see more epic LEGO creations made in the future. Like, favorite, and comment if you guys have enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching!